Good morning, Mom. Welcome to our video report. I am Jaylene S. Frances together with my groupmate Rachel Baclay and May Tataw. So today we are discussing about digital cyber literacy. Digital literacy is the set of competencies required for full participation in society, including knowledge, skills, and behaviors involving the effective use of digital device for communication, expression, collaboration, and advocacy. Sa panahon ngayon ay mahalaga ang digital literacy dahil ito ay nagbibigay daan sa mga tao na makipag-ugnayan at makipag-collaborate gamit ang teknolohiya. Halimbawa naman ay paggamit ng social media para makipag-communicate or mag-share ng informasyon, or same sa mga group chat or sa gamit ng group chat ay pwede mag-announce Cyber literacy is the ability to use technology effectively and responsibly. It's about understanding how to access, evaluate, and create information online while staying safe and ethical. Ang cyber literacy naman ay tumutukoy sa kakayahang gamitin ang teknolohiya ng epektibo at responsableng paraan. Ito ay tungkol sa pag-unawa kung paano ma-access, ma-evaluate at makagawa ng impormasyon sa online habang mananatiling ligtas at etikal. Ang cyber literacy ay hindi lang tungkol sa paggamit ng teknolohiya, kundi pati na rin sa pagiging mapanuri sa mga impormasyon nakikita sa online. Kailangan nating malaman kung paano suriin ang kredibilidad ng mga source at iwasan ang fake news. At mahalaga rin matutunan ang mga paraan upang manatiling ligtas sa online, tulad ng pag-iwas ng mga scam at pagprotekta sa ating personal na impormasyon. Parehong digital at cyber literacy ay mahalaga para sa makasabay sa mabilis na pagbabago ng mga teknolohiya ngayon at para maging responsable na epektibo na mamayan sa digital na mundo. Cyber citizenship refers to being responsible when using the internet. Ang cyber citizenship para pagiging mabuting mamayan sa online world. Parang pagsunod sa mga batas at pagiging responsable sa paggamit ng internet. Isipin mo parang isang barangay lang ang internet at kailangan nating maging mabuti sa kapitbahay para maging maayos ang lahat. Pag-ingat sa pagbabahagi ng personal na impormasyon, huwag magbahagi ng mga detalye tulad ng address, numero at telepono or mga larawan maaaring magamit ng iba pang saktan ka. Ways to be a good cyber citizen. Think before posting. Be cautious. Private posts can be public. Bago ka mag-post, isipin mo muna yung mga private posts mo pwede maging public, baka mahack. At salukuyang nangyayari ngayon sa halimbawa sa GCash at Facebook at iba pang mga online. At ibang mga account na pwede ma-access ng iba. Resolve conflicts privately. Talk directly to the person. Resolve conflicts privately. Talk directly to the person or a trusted adult. Academic integrity, credit sources, and analyze information critically. Ways to be good cyber citizen. Think before posting. Be cautious privately. posts can be public. Bago ka mag-post, isipin mo muna yung mga private posts mo pwede maging public. Baka ma-hack at ma-access ang mga informasyon sa inyong account. And resolve conflicts privately. Talk directly to the person or a trusted adult. Kung may problema, huwag ka magdrama sa online. Kausapin mo yung tao na diretso or humingi ka ng tulong sa trusted adult. And academic integrity. Credit sources and analyze information critically. Huwag kang mag-copy-paste ng walang pahintulot. Lagyan mo ng credit yung source mo at mag-search ka ng mabuti. And bury information, check accuracy before sharing. And limit personal information, share only what necessary and comfortable. Huwag kang mag-share ng personal information or share lang ng yung kailangan at importante lang. And respect to copyright. Respect copyright. Give credit to inform trusted adults. Let them know if meeting in someone from online. Mag-ingat sa mga taong na nakakilala mo online. Sabihin mo sa mga trusted adults kung may plano kang makikipagkita sa kanila. And respect copyright. Give credit to the sources used. Huwag kang mag-hack o gumamit ng ibang tao device. Gumamit ka ng authorized device. At use authorized device, avoiding hacking and unauthorization. At tandaan, be responsible and respectful online. Ano pa ang ibang halimbawa ng mga hindi magagandang gawin sa internet? Important of cyber citizenship. Keeps the internet free from hurtful statement at iwasan ang mga pambabash at mga kung anong makasakit na salita sa ibang tao, and creates a culture of more reliable information at kung ano ang reliable na information lang. Gives credit to the creators and give respect or credit to the creator. Help catch criminals and bullies and keep information and private.
Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Midi Baklay. Now I will going to discuss my part, internet safety. So babasahin ko muna. Internet safety, online safety or cyber safety means trying to be safe on internet. It is maximizing the user personal safety and security risk to private information and properties associated with using the internet, including self-protection from computer crime. Internet safety is kailangan natin maging stay safe or kailangan natin maging safe talaga sa paggamit ng internet, and kailangan strong password kasi baka sino-sino nakakaalam ng password mo, hindi mo alam, ginagamit na pala yan sa pag-scam or anything else na na hindi maganda. And be careful about what you share. So kailangan maging be careful ka talaga sa kung ano yung sinishare mo. And not clicking on suspicious link. Wag kang ayaw pagpataka-taka og click sa mga link kayo hindi mo alam ano yan. Hindi mo alam ano pala yan, yung virus or ano pa. And then knowing who you're talking online. So kailangan talaga kilalanin mo kung sino yung kinakausap mo sa online, sa Facebook or sa IG or saan kailangan kilalanin mo kasi hindi mo alam, baka na-fall ka na, nahulog ka na, tapos ano lang pa yan, char lang, tapos yung kinakausap mo hindi pala siya talaga, baga pusher, ganun. So kailangan maging safe talaga tayo sa paggamit ng internet. Information security is the practice of protecting information from authorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modifications, and destruction. It's like a shield that keep your important data safe. So, example, nakay diary, secret diary about your personal thought and dream. Gusto ba nimo nga mabasa siya sa laing tao, someone else in diary? Syempre dili. So mura na siya og secure, mura siya information security, keeping in safe from prying eyes. So kailangan safe gid siya. Dito sa phishing naman is ito yung scam na ginagamit yung credit card, ginagamit yung kagaya na ng GCash, 'di ba? Maraming na-scam ngayon sa GCash, hindi nila alam kung sino yung gumamit ng GCash para ipasa sa iba na GCash, sino nag-withdraw. Yun yung mga phishing. Gumagamit sila ng fake website. Yung sa credit card din, minsan di mo alam, kulang yung pera mo, feeling mo may nag-withdraw. Yung na-scam ka, gumagamit din sila ng private website na look legitimate, look identical and legitimate. Yun yung phishing. Number 2, internet scam. These are scams that deceive the user in various ways in an attempt to take advantage of them. Internet scam, ito yung mga Facebook na nahahack, tapos ma-shock na lang imong mga friend nga nag-post ka or gina-chat sila nga ganito, sendan ka og kwarta, manghiram ka kwarta, tapos imong friend po nag-send po og kwarta sa imuha, tapos wala sila kabalo nga dili dayto ikaw, so nang scam imong account nga dili ikaw nagamit. Bale mao na siya ang internet scam, nga wala ka kabalo kung ginsa tong nagamit ba, pero nakakwarta siya. Now, let's proceed to number 3, malware. Hindi ko na babasahin kasi mahaba siya. Explain ko na lang. Malware, short for malicious software. It's like digital virus that can harm your computer or smartphone. It's sneaky and can cause all sort of trouble, from stealing the information to crashing your device. Example dito is yung sa Facebook na nag-send og link, pag i-click nimo siya is lahi ang magawa. Shopee, pag pindot nimo like nag-spread na siya, but nagakalat siya sa Facebook karon nga ga-send imong account nga wala ginagamit, ga-send lang siya kalit kay nakagi-click nga isa ka link, tapos pag click nimo sa isa ka link mo pasa na siya sa iban gud mga friend biglaan nga wala na magilabtan. Bali mo to ang virus na siya. And then malware can spread through many ways, like opening suspicious email mo to and clicking on malicious link or downloading infected files. So kailangan gid nga maging careful ta sa online. Protect yourself by using antivirus software and keeping your software update. And now let's proceed to cyber stalking. Babasahin ko. It is the use of internet or other electronic means to stalk or harass an individual, group, or organization through false accusation, defamation, slander, vandalism, solicitation for sex, or gathering informations that may be used to threaten, embarrass, or harass us. Dito naman sa cyber stalking is like stalking someone in the real world, but it's happened online. It's when someone uses technology to harass, threaten, or intimidate another person. This often involves repeated and unwanted contact, and it can have a serious impact on the victim. So example dito is nag-send siya og sending harassing message, creating fake profile. Yung creating fake profile is yun yung mga taong dump account, hindi mo alam kung sino, tapos ginachatan ka o mga bisag unsa, mga bastos nga na tracking your location na bisag asa ka, makabalo siya asa ka, wala man ta ka nag-update, diba? And then posting embarrassing photos or video, like ginagamit imong mga pictures or video o ginapost dito sa iyang account nga wala kabalo kinsa nagamit ato. So yun yung cyber stalking. Let's proceed on cyberbullying. Babasahin ko. Cyberbullying, it is the use of electronic means such as instant messaging, social media, email, and other forms of online communication with the internet to abuse, intimidate, or overpower an individual or group. Let's proceed to online predation. Hindi na ako basahon ang PPT kay taas kayo ang nakasulat dito. So, ako na lang explain gamay. Not so gamay, pero sakto lang. Online predation is when adults use the internet to target, groom, or exploit children or teenager for sexual purposes. Is like, imagine a scenario when someone pretending to be teenager starting chatting with a young person online. They might share common interests, build a friendship, and eventually try to convince the child to send explicit photos or videos. Yun yung example ng online predation. Kalang mga tao nga kunwari nga bata pa, tapos ang ginachatan sa Facebook is ng mga young people, young person, tapos naga-build og friendship, atik-atik og pangbarkada, atik-atik og atik-atik og kanang feeling good, kanang feeling close ana, pero sa pinakalas ana nagapasend na siya og sindi ko ga video gunin mo nagunsa ka na mao ng mga example sa online predation. Cyberbullying, it's when someone use electronic device like computer, phone, tablet, or etc. And can intentionally create or harass or embarrass another person. It's about using technology to be mean and make someone feel bad. Imagine, or example, naka sa eskwelahan, i-post ka sa imong friend or classmate about your nasty rumors. Tapos, nag-spread na siya sa tanan, sa inyong whole campus, nagakalat na siya, kaya i-post ka. And di lang sa inyong campus, pati na dito sa friend of friends sa Facebook, napot, i-share man gina nila. So, mao na ang example sa cyberbullying. Always remember, cyberbullying kuha na siya baka ng sakit kayo na siya, very hurtful, and dako kay impact sa self-esteem and sa mental health sa katao pag ginabully na siya. So it is the important to remember that cyberbullying is never okay, and there are steps you can take to protect yourself and others from it. Okay?
So, ano nga ba yung integrating digital or cyber literacy into the curriculum? So, means tinuturuan ang mga mag-aaral kung paano gamitin ang teknolohiya ng ligtas, responsable at epektibo. So, ito ay tungkol sa pagbibigay sa kanila ng mga kasanayan upang mag-navigate sa digital na mundo and to understand like online safety and critically evaluate information. So this include yung mga topics like online privacy, responsible social media use, cybersecurity, and digital citizenship. So meron tayong mga following suggested activities to integrate digital literacy, higher order thinking, and construction of meaning in the classroom. First, use an interactive whiteboard to design and deliver lessons. Use Permentian and Smart Notebook with the teacher's created lessons if you are not yet capable of designing your own. And number 2, allow students to maintain blogs, wikis, web page related to their learning. Number 3, engage in email, video chats, exchange with students. And number 4, utilize storytelling media to allow students to create and publish stories. And number 5, set up blog site, Facebook page, Yahoo or Google group, and post weekly discussion questions for students to respond. Number 6, use video cameras to dramatize stories, record scientific experiment, and expose students to video editing software to create video production of learning. And number 7, engage students in discussion about how and why media work well to show case learning and why others do not. And number 8, thinking critically about the medium used to present a message is important as the message itself. Number 9, requires a portfolio that would compile their outputs, projects, message, and photo document of group activities and investigation online. And the last is allow students to use digital tools such as mobile phone, iPad, and notebook for Google search, and dictionary apps, YouTube, podcasts, and Spotify application in class to complement their learning, especially during group works and concept reporting. Impact of integrating digital literacy in the classroom of teachers and friends. So next is, ano nga ba yung impact na integrating digital literacy in the classroom of teachers, families, and friends? So integrating digital literacy in the classroom can bring a positive impact on students' learning as evidenced by the following. First is, it motivates students in their learning due to their enjoyment and ease of use with various technological mediums. And number 2, it reaches students of various learning styles and multiple intelligence. Number 3, it allows students to create and design their own unique products reflective of their personalities and learning needs or styles. And number 4, it encourages students to manipulate media in constructing their own meaning. And number 5, it enables to share their learning with teachers, families, and friends. And number 6, it gives students the chance to explore technological media that inevitably increase the job skills needed in the workplace.